Alright, so in this video we're going to show you some basic setup things that you can do in Goodnotes with our digital Bible study journal. So you want to make sure you've imported it into Goodnotes first. If you haven't done that yet, we have a video down below showing you exactly how to do that. We have both of our journals here because of course they come with both the vertical and the horizontal layout. So we're going to stick with the horizontal one because that's the orientation of my iPad right now. And the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to change the title. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to click on the caret, the little down facing caret right here next to the title. It also could look white like this, so either way you're just going to click down on that and you are going to type in whatever you want. And just like that, your title will be changed. You can also do this on the home page. So with the vertical one, let's do it. You just click down on the caret again, right next to the title. This comes up and you can just write journal. We'll do it in all caps. There we go. So now that we have our title changed, the next thing that we're going to want to do is change the cover art option. So each journal comes with 5 different art options. Totally up to you, whichever one that you want to pick. Let's say this one's my favorite. You're going to want to go up to the corner here to the 4 squares, click on that, and then we're going to simply delete the other 4 and just make sure that we keep this one. So if you want to make sure that you don't accidentally delete it, you can just bookmark it. And then to delete these other pages, you're going to simply click on the little caret next to, not caret, down arrow next to the number of the page, and you're just going to hit move to trash. Another way you can do it on the ones that you don't want is you can go to these 3 dots in the top right hand corner, click on that and hit move to trash. Simple as that. And just like that, you now have your preferred cover art option and the rest of the journal. And if we go back to the home page, you'll see that it's now reflected here as well. So now let's go back into the journal and just go over the basic layout of it. So we have a page here where you can go in and you can write your name, and there's a little prayer right here for you. The next page is the table of contents. We're going to go over all of this information, but it's nice to have to reference just in case you need it. And then over here on the right hand side of the page, we have all of the different sections. These are the exact same things that are on the tabs right here. They're in the exact same order. These are all hyperlinked, so you have to make sure you're in reading mode. So in order to get into reading mode, the top bar here is going to be white. And this is going to allow you to use the hyperlink and go to another section. If the hyperlinks aren't working, it means that you're in the writing mode. So in order to get out of the writing mode, you're going to go up to the top right hand corner where there's a pencil with a dash through it and click on that. And now you'll be able to use the hyperlinks. And then if you want to write, you can write, and here you won't be able to tap on that. So that is just some basic information on the hyperlinks. So in addition to the hyperlinks being on the table of contents page and being on the tabs here, there's also hyperlinks in the Bible reading tracker. So this is super handy for when you finished a chapter or a book of the Bible. You'll just want to click on the reading tracker tab, which is just one page back here, and then you've got the Old Testament books and the New Testament books. So say you just read, let's go Ruth, we have to go Ruth. Click on Ruth and it will bring you right to the page where all of the chapters are. And then here you can track all of your progress. So we're going to go out of reading mode. We're going to go over to the highlighter and we're going to say we read chapter 1. And then if you want to clean it up, just go to the eraser and you can clean it up like that. And then from here, if you want to get back to the page with all the different Bible books in it, you're just going to want to click on the tab that says Reading Tracker. And there we go. We're back to the Old Testament and the New Testament. So all of these are linked to their respective pages. So there we go. We've got 1 Timothy right here, and you can fill that in. So we're going to go back to the beginning of this to show you the Bible bookshelf. So when you finish a book in the Bible, you can go here and you can track your progress, and this is so fun to fill out. So you just want to make sure that you're in writing mode, and then you can go in and let's see, we finished Ruth. Where is she? There she is. And you can highlight that. And again, just go in with the eraser and clean it up and do a much better job than I did. We definitely recommend using the highlighter when it comes to these pages, like the Bible bookshelf and then also the reading tracker. You can use the pen, but as you'll see, if I use the pen in a fun color, it just covers up the name of the book. So we find it to be a better option to go in with the highlighter, and then you can preset 3 highlighter options right here, and then you can always change the highlighter color as you go along. So we've covered the hyperlinks and we've covered using the highlighter on these portions. Now I want to talk about duplicating pages. So say you read the Bible every single year. You read it, you highlight all of these, so all of these are filled in, and then maybe you say you date it. So this is 2023. Next year you go to read the Bible again and you want to do this all over again. Obviously you turn the next page and there isn't one. Well, luckily you can easily duplicate this page. You're just going to want to go to the top right hand corner and click on the icon that's a little page with a plus button, and then just duplicate current template, and it's going to be a blank fresh template for you to fill in all over again. And then this would be your 2024 Bible tracker. Same for over here. Say you filled this in. What I like to do is once I've finished a whole book, I'll go in and I'll write the date that it was completed on. So I don't even know what today's date is. I think this was yesterday. You can write the date, and then next year or down the line when you read that book again, you can just go up here, you can duplicate the template, and now you've got it again, and you can write the date when you complete it. Duplicating pages also works really well in other sections of the Bible study journal. So let's go to the daily devotional. You fill this out, you know, you got today's date, yesterday's date. Fill all of this out. You go the next day to fill it out, and there's no more pages. Well, it's so simple. You just go up here to the same duplicate symbol, you duplicate the current template, and you've got a fresh template to use. So what I do is every single day I fill one out, come the next day, go to this template, and it just automatically goes in order. It doesn't mess with the structure of the journal at all, and it works really well, so it's a fun thing to do. Alright, so let's go here to the sermon notes and let's talk about prompted versus unprompted. So in each of the sections, the daily devotional, prayer journal, sermon notes, book summary, chapter summary, character study, word study, scripture memorization, and the SOAP, they all have prompted and unprompted templates. So this is the prompted template for the sermon notes, and this is the unprompted template. So they are the exact same layout. The only difference is the prompted one has just a little, like sometimes it's questions or sometimes it's just a sentence or two to help you get started. I find this especially helpful on days where I'm having a hard time focusing or I'm just super distracted. Sometimes when you look at this blank page, you're like, I don't know what to do. I guess the sermon notes isn't a great example. Let's go to chapter summary. So when it's talking about like reflection and application, stuff like that, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. So here the prompts just kind of help you get started, get writing, and things kind of tend to flow from there. The unprompted obviously doesn't have that. So it's up to you which one you want to use. We already talked about duplicating pages, so if you prefer one over the other, I can't speak. If you prefer one over the other, you can just duplicate that template and not worry about duplicating the other one. For me, I prefer the unprompted just because it gives me more space, but I keep the prompted at the beginning. So if I'm ever working on something and I'm like, wait, what's a good thing to ask myself when I'm doing the reflection and application? I'll go back here, I'll read this, and then I'll go back to my page and be like, oh, okay, that's it. Sometimes I need it, sometimes I don't, but it's definitely nice to have there. So it's totally up to you. Try them out both and see which one you prefer. All right, so now let's talk about deleting pages. You can definitely delete any page in the journal, just like we did with the cover art options earlier, but there is a little bit of a warning when it comes to deleting pages, just because if you delete a page in Goodnotes, there's no easy way to add that page back in later. You can always re-download the journal, but if you have a ton of work in it and then you go and delete something, it would be a big pain to then have to re-download the journal. So my recommendation is not deleting any of the title pages here, the ones that the tabs are linked directly to. I would just leave those be. If you fill out something and you don't like it, you can always delete that page. Just make sure you always have one of the unprompted and one of the prompted ones left. So, for example, this is the only unprompted one I have at the moment. So there's the prompted, and then if I go here, we're up to scripture memorization. If I deleted this page right now because I didn't like the contents of it, I would lose this page. So I would have to re-download the journal again. So I don't recommend just carelessly deleting pages. You can, if you write something and you don't like it, you can go up here and you can clear the page. That's a great option to do. You might want to delete one of the prompted page if you're just not about the prompted life, or the unprompted if you're not about that life either. So say you prefer the unprompted version and you don't have any need for the prompted one, you can delete this page, but again, note that there's no way to get it back. So what I like to do, like I mentioned earlier, is just leave this page here and then just continue to duplicate this page and then go back to the prompted if I need it. So there we go, you can duplicate as many times as you want. So that's everything that you need to know when it comes to setting up your digital journal in Goodnotes. If you run into any problems or have any questions, definitely reference the setup instructions and guide that came with the download, or reach out to us, leave a comment, send us a message on our Etsy shop. Whatever's easiest for you, we'd be more than happy to help. And whether you love using this product or you absolutely hate it, please let us know by leaving a review on our shop page on Etsy. It really helps us out. We want to make great products for you, and when you leave a review, it helps other people see our products as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.